Salutations, people from all places and races. We are here today to finish the saga known as Rabbids Fandom Occurrences. A saga in which we have talked about the most important aspects that form part of the Rabbids fandom. And today, we will talk about a point that is precisely about the importance of this wonderful, beautiful, and caring community. Without further ado, let's begin. For these last few months, we have talked about the many aspects that define the Rabbids fandom. Every single thing that has been discussed here are real things that conform this beautiful community, and things everyone here should remember. In this saga, we've talked about the inclusivity present in its spaces with how they treat black people like Razor and Apple, the impact that these individuals had on people inside and outside of the fandom, the sweet, kind, and responsible nature that these unique fellas show towards everyone around them, the essence that each person of the fandom has, which defines each individual and the community, and of course, the inspiration that these folks give you to create, share, and be better. And now, we shall finally talk about the importance this fandom has for humanity. The importance of something is very different from what you'd expect. It's a mix between the impact and essence from said thing, because we are talking about something that has a high value to someone or to something else. The importance of any given thing is what makes you care for it, and it's what makes it have a meaning for you or any person. Something that nobody seems to know yet, not even the Rabbids fandom, is that they are very important. They matter so much more than one could ever imagine. They are a community that has demonstrated that you can come together with a bunch of strangers and achieve great things. That you can learn so much about different cultures and people through this saga. That you can be someone very influential to many by just being yourself. All the previous points that were talked about throughout these 5 videos are what conforms their importance. The inclusivity, the impact, the nature, the essence, and the inspiration are what defines this community and its people. We can really talk hours and hours about how each member has demonstrated these 5 points in everything they have done. But even then, I wouldn't be capable of properly explaining their importance to this franchise, to this community, or to the world. To explain properly what we're trying to say today, we shall talk about an individual like no other. Someone whose name was heard before, but in a place far away from this franchise. Someone who, even though doesn't have a connection with this saga, rightfully belongs in this community. And it is someone who deserves much more credit for what she has done for the people in need. Allow me to present someone who has proven worthy of being considered one of us, and has shown all the 5 points expressed previously with such class, delicacy, and passion. Yes, I have officially lost my mind. After years and years of talking about the fandom, I have officially lost it. And right now, we are talking about a user who has nothing to do with the fandom. Well, to be frank, I lost my mind way before the pandemic, so I'm cuckoo way before meeting you, my friends. But the reason we've decided to mention someone like KP is because of something she did for one of us. I love Kim Possible a lot, also known as KP, or as I like to call her, Miss Kimiko Penelope. Not her real name, though I ain't allowed to share that according to the constitution of the fandom. Is a YouTuber that dedicated her life to reviewing animation, and also talk about current topics with her lovable and strong team. She is known for being the greatest Kim Possible fan to ever live, being a super fan of Discord from My Little Pony, and just being a very charming, sweet, and incredible lady. With all this, the question emerges. Why the heck would I be talking about her? Out of all the folks who we have dedicated spaces to in this saga, why use her as an example? Even if fellas like Toondown Lily and Hydro City, whoever what you would call icons in the fandom, have a very noticeable influence and have done a lot of contributions, and well, they're well liked by the fandom. There is some sense there, but KP? Is there some kind of bias towards animation reviewers or something? The reality here is, she has all the aspects that define a Rabbids fan. She has an unmatched charm present in her many videos and podcasts that only Rabbids fans have. She has a marvelous imagination, as well as great connections that make all her ideas come true, and on top of all, she has the brave and helpful spirit that defines a Rabbids fan. I just want to remind you all that she has been on top of everything regarding the Black Griffin situation. From contacting conventions to buying his presence in set events, to opening private spaces for victims to tell their stories, to even collaborating with many in developing the document exposing this nefarious individual. And this isn't even the first time she has done this stuff, my friends. She has helped others in incredible ways with her decisions and values. There is a case of an individual who she has decided to help in a very special space. Someone inside this fandom that you would have never believed. That individual was me. In one of her longest videos ever done, she has commented on how she stopped being friends with a YouTuber who she used to consider a friend due to various accusations that were horrible to say the least. I wasn't really affected by this, at least not in a direct manner. But it concerned me because of someone I hold very deeply in my heart. Someone who inspired me to be better. Someone who, despite all, had some issues that could have made any future conversations awkward. She had a very deep connection with this YouTuber, and well, I was worried about her health and safety. I've explained the situation about how she had connections with this YouTuber, and after all that, she basically said, just leave it there. I decided to listen, and although it pains me to know it, I am at least calm and know that I still need to care for other folks around here. And not only I've come to realize that, but also something else. She cares for others in a way I wouldn't have ever imagined, especially coming from such a big name like her. And that is something that makes me look up to her. And I ain't saying this just because she's a woman or because I have a deep connection with My Little Pony. To be frank, I have incredibly high standards when it comes to trusting content creators around here. You see me talk about the Rabbids fandom like they're the ninth wonder of the world, and that's because I've got to know them each to a certain degree that makes me believe all that. That isn't the case with these big YouTubers because, as far as I'm concerned, they wouldn't care about my existence at all. They got such a huge fanbase I can practically get away with anything that happens. Honestly, why would they care for what I say? She at least does. Not really on a personal level, but she cares enough to at least listen. And that is why I have such a good concept of her. And what makes it all great is that she acts like you and me. She's joyful, creative, and funny, and wants to be treated not like a powerful deity, but as a friend you can trust and share stuff with. She simply wants to do what she does, be who she is, and make all sorts of friends. She deserves much more credit for who she is and what she does. And I cannot believe someone like her exists in this weird and wild world. But I'm glad she does. Well, before we continue with this video, we want to do something special. As a representative of this lovely fandom, and with years of work behind it, I, Sparkling Waters, aka Spark, declare Miss KP as an honorary Rabbids fan. We welcome you to this lovely community, and you shall always count with our help from now on. Well, we have already seen how an individual as KP has become important to many around the internet. But what about the other way around? For who is the Rabbids fandom important to? Who in this weird and wild world considers this fandom of all things as something important to them? There is an answer to that question. To me, you are important to me. The Rabbids fandom had an unmatched impact in my life. We are talking about a community that has given me the best years of my life with all their unique personalities, ideas, and interactions. They taught me, inspired me, and helped me through one of the most important eras of my life. Everything that I've done was thanks to them. Despite my many dumb mistakes and crazy antics, they stood by my side and was able to be the better version of myself I never thought existed. I mean, just look at all the stuff I've learned from them. I became more aware of the ways of living of autistic people thanks to Officer Apple. I was able to fill myself with knowledge regarding black culture thanks to Rabbit 214. I was able to properly represent fellas from all over the world thanks to pals like Razor and Ramen. And of course, I was able to forgive and forget thanks to Loris and Cooper. This fandom means everything to me. Honestly, I didn't have much before meeting you. Frankly, a lot of my life isn't all that memorable, especially on the school side of things. I cannot say that those days were terrible. I mean, with the world we live in, calling my school years bad would be very insensitive and selfish towards those who have gone through racist, ableist, and LGBT-phobic environments. But I wouldn't call it good either. I would like to add something. If I had the chance to exchange all of those days to have it just one day with any of you, I would do it without any question. I mean, wouldn't it be amazing? Imagine a day with ramen. That would be awesome. I could meet my little man, and it would be awesome. We could play High Five Rush together. He could show me these ideas for the comics, and of course, Officer Apple. She's also pretty cool. She's fun. She can show me all her drawings and all her projects. And whoa, you know what would be better? What if it was the other way around, and they could come over here because Franio would absolutely love the cuisine we got here, and Rab would absolutely enjoy the beautiful environments. And Yoru would love this place, I'm telling you. And we could also meet up with some of the old and classic Rabbids fans like Koopa Derp and Barranco and Pink and all the others. Wouldn't that be amazing? That would be so cool. What I get for something like that? To make everything easy to understand, you are important to me. Being in this fandom has been an unabashed delight, one that has given me the biggest of smiles, which will remain in my soul till the day my heart stops beating. What can I say? I love ramen, I love Apple, I love Fletch King, I love Ryan Plantar, and Rab, and Raving, and Willie, and Aiden, and Razor, and Cooper, and Meg, and Loris, and Franio, and Yoru, and James, Hulk, Red Star, Aiden Demon Cat, Riley, Raked, Captain Quack, Lemos, Kino, Eva, Ruby, Evelyn, Jessica, Tarek, Jawai, Sparkles Gum, CGL, J Boogie, Bampa, Messi, Barkuma, Rust, Spencer, Ether, Contender, Piper, Berminator, Karos, Dykemax, and so many more folks that just make my life better. Especially you! Especially you, beautiful goddess of creation! I know that soon I'll have to leave you and go to a place where I cannot take any of you. But those memories, those experiences, those lessons, will forever be a part of me. This is my family, and will forever be my family till the end of my days.